this is Dr. Mapakshi. So we spoke about insulin resistance in the previous videos. So now I want to talk about what are some of the things you can do to correct insulin resistance. So we're going to talk about diet, exercise, when to eat, what to eat. So let's start with diet. So when you have insulin resistance, it means that there is too much blood sugar. So we need to find a way to bring it down. So your insulin is not working effectively because persistent blood sugars can lead to a downregulation of insulin receptors as a protective mechanism, because when there is too much sugar, and too much sugar in the cells can cause death of the cells. So the cells want to protect themselves, and so they downregulate the insulin receptors so that more sugar doesn't end up in the cell. So when that happens, usually insulin is what turns that lock and opens the door so that the blood sugars can get into the cell. So now that process is not effective, and so there is buildup of blood sugar in the bloodstream, and so that presents as elevated blood glucose eventually. So now what can we do to avoid this, right? First thing, we need to decrease the amount of sugar we put in our bodies. So that is trying to avoid all processed carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates like rice, pasta, noodles, bread. So you want to avoid those. And you want to take in complex carbohydrates. The reason complex carbs work is because they have high fiber in the diet, and so it prevents that big blood pressure spikes that are common when you eat simple carbohydrates. So that's one thing, that what you eat. The second thing is how you eat. You want to eat in such a way that the big spikes are avoided. So if you eat your fiber first, followed by protein, fat, and then your carbs, the fiber effectively forms like a mesh, and it prevents rapid absorption of carbohydrates, and so avoids the big spike. So you want to eat let's say a good salad with lots of greens, some vegetables. Especially you want to focus on vegetables that grow above the ground. Any vegetables that grow below the ground, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, all of these are high in carb, and so it can those are good carbs. You want to take them intermittently, but when you are counting your vegetable servings that day, typically count the vegetables that grow above the ground. So it can be greens, cruciferous vegetables. So that includes cauliflower, broccoli, arugula, cabbage. So all of these have a lot of sulfur. They also activate the detox pathways, so it's good for you. So first thing would be salads and also cruciferous vegetables, I was saying, followed by protein. A good protein source can be chicken, tofu, it can be fish like salmon, freshwater fish. Avoid red meat if possible, because it has an impact on your uric acid, and it can be hard on the kidneys as well. So you want to focus on the fiber, protein, good fats. So again, that's some oily fish, avocados, nuts, olive oil, so all of these good stuff, and then followed by carbs. So when you do that, that is also going to impact your blood sugars. The third thing is exercise, movement of any sort. It can just be walking around the room. If you're not able to get out of the house, it's okay. Just move for 10 to 15 minutes after a meal. So when you move, what it does is it sensitizes the muscles to take in more glucose, and that is going to shift some of that blood glucose into the cells and prevent those blood sugar spikes as well. And the last thing is strength training. So when you do strength training on a regular basis, it leads to better muscle mass. And when you have a higher muscle mass, you effectively have a sponge that can absorb this glucose, and so it can help regulate your blood sugars tremendously. I hope making these small switches in what you eat, when you eat, how you eat can significantly impact your blood sugars and help with insulin resistance. In the next video, I'll be talking more about intermittent fasting and how that can help with insulin resistance.